Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. We're going to shear a sheep, as you know. We've got a little sheep on the back here. It's a young sheep. It was last year's lamb. It's very active. It's going to kick and struggle, and I'll just have to see if I can handle it. Just a couple of words about the number of sheep we have in New Zealand. We're down in numbers. We used to have, when I started shearing years ago, we had 75 million sheep in New Zealand. It was a huge industry. The two products, of course, that the farmers sell from sheep are meat and wool. So 75 million sheep, there's roughly 75 million lambs every year for the meat industry. And of course all the wool, which was a massive amount. A lot of young shearers were being taught to shear the sheep at that time because we needed that workforce. Since those days, of course, the numbers have dropped because farmers have found they're not getting paid well, and they've gone to other things. They've gone to horticulture, viticulture, venison farming, or deer farming, whatever they can. But the main one, of course, is milk. We now have 6.5 million dairy cows. Every cow is producing about 30 litres of milk a day each. So that's rivers of milk, and we export vast amounts to China in the way of dried milk powder. So the average age of a sheep shearer when I started was 25 years old. Today, with the drop in numbers, we're right down now from 75 million down to 25 million. So the average age of a sheep shearer now has changed. We're all older now. 55, 56 is the average age, so it means there's quite a few older men out there too. Young men don't do it anymore, don't take on the trade. There's plenty of work, we're short of shearers, but young men, you ask most young men what they're doing, and they say, oh, IT. But when we were younger, we lived on the sweat of our brow, basically. It takes a long time to learn to shear a sheep. It takes probably 3 years or more. It's a difficult job. When you're learning, it's very hard to hold the sheep, so it makes you go slower anyway. It's very hard on the back and the arms and things like that. But it takes quite a while to get the technique right and to build up the endurance. Now, the amount of energy you use during the day as a sheep shearer is roughly equivalent to what you would use running a marathon. So it's high energy requirement, and it takes a long time to build up that stamina. Along with the energy you're using, of course, there's an awful lot of sweat, perspiration if you like, but it's sweat in the industry, and most of it drips down your body but doesn't evaporate and ends up in your feet and your shoes. And that's why one of the reasons we use these shoes called shearers moccasins. They're really good. Any moisture goes in those, evaporates out, and you keep comfortable feet all day. To wear the sort of closed-in shoes you folk have got, within a week or two, they start to rot because of the environment, and your feet don't do much better. It's very hard on your feet. Shearers moccasins are also good for this area we call a shearing board, because you need good traction. You're shearing up to 300 sheep a day, 250, 300 a day sometimes, and they weigh up to 100 kilos. So you're pulling out back and forward, you need to make sure you can stand up. It gets quite slippy with the sweat, the oil from the wool, and the other animal products that come out. So, that's these funny looking shoes. They actually have a good use. The machinery is a little older, designed and built before electricity was readily available in wool sheds. All you needed was an engine, and it used a shaft. It's called a shafting plant. It runs through the shed, any size shed, this machine is attached to it. We've got a little petrol engine there built in 1930, getting on a bit, but it's still going well. Use a diesel engine for a bigger shed, or a farmer could use a tractor out the back to run it, or in later years you could put an electric motor on and run the shaft with an electric motor anyway. But today most shearing sheds have a standalone plant there with a motor, electric motor, switch on the wall, and this hangs down. This is we call a down tube and handpiece here. Hasn't changed for 100 years, and we don't see it changing for a long time yet. It's the mainstay for sheep shearing in New Zealand. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who needs a haircut? A free one. Don't see many hands going up. Actually, the paler hair is better, believe it or not, because it blends well with the wool. I don't see many people with pale hair, but I see one. No hand going up. All right, we'll shear a sheep. See how we go. The engine driver working again.